Fellow Toastmasters, and especially Jasmine, what were you thinking? Did you even read the objectives of your speech? I'm sorry, honey, you're kind of dressed like a slob. Didn't you realize that you were speaking today? You dressed professionally. And the ahs and ums, I think you beat former President Bush. I think you should start over at the beginning. Leave the axe at home. Is that the purpose of evaluations? We're here to encourage each other, to enrich each other. Don't forget, that person will probably end up evaluating you sometime. When I first joined Toastmasters, it took me almost 2 months to give my first speech. There was one gentleman, and I didn't know how the program worked. As far as who sets the schedule, there was one gentleman, Jim Huntington, who gave axe evaluations. And when Judy Lineberry asked me to speak, she's like, what's the problem? I was like, I don't want him evaluating me. Do I get to choose my evaluator? He was brutal. I was petrified to speak. Not because I was petrified to speak, but because I was petrified to hear what he was going to say about me. What kind of encouraging learning environment is that? But there are ways to give an effective evaluation. There's actually 4 points. Start with, let's be honest. Be honest about the person's presentation. If not, they won't receive the help that they need. If they really are having a lot of crutch words, bring it out. They know that they did it. Second thing is, point out what the speaker did well. Were they nicely dressed, especially in the beginning? Pick out the things that they know that they did well according to what is in the manual. Did they meet their objectives? Did they have eye contact? Don't forget, some of us that have been here a while, the objectives of the first few speeches are very simple. Maybe not to the speaker, but they are very simple. Things like eye contact, things like posture, things like not wailing your hands around. So point out the things that they did well according to the manual. The nice thing about giving the evaluation is that the manual has the outline for you. If you're unsure, stick to the outline. Here's what you don't want to do. Comment on what it is that they're saying. Add your own information about, oh, well, you know, that was a great presentation about the program that you're in, but I remember a program that I was in, and they did this, 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 and this. It's not about that. It's about the speaker, and not necessarily even what she or he said, but in the manner in which they said it. Point out some areas of improvement. I know Desmond kind of had a little thing about walking. And I think if memory serves me correctly, maybe Jasmine did too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But you don't see her walking anymore. So that was an area of improvement. And it really helps having our speeches on video. Because then you can see yourself. Because the person that's evaluating, maybe they're just lying. No, they're not. But it really also helps to see the video. So as you receive the feedback from the evaluator, go look at your speeches online. Excuse me. And then the last thing is to provide areas of improvement, or provide specific recommendations. I know some people want to talk with their hands. I used to do that all the time. I didn't really see a problem with it. Somebody pointed it out to me. And they just said, put your hands up here, or down by your side. And so they offered me a suggestion, because I didn't know how to stop. My mouth opened, my hands moved. But as you're giving an evaluation, I want to encourage you to point out these areas of improvement with a suggestion. If you don't have a suggestion, maybe ask another Toastmaster after the meeting in a way that we can help out the speaker. But it's actually okay to leave your hands by your side. Nothing happens. It's okay to talk with your hands. So it's point out suggestions at the proper time during the evaluation. And it's especially okay to keep your cell phones turned off.
It doesn't turn off by the alarm.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
But most importantly, when you're giving an evaluation, leave the axe at home. There's not really a way to encourage or promote that encouraging environment when you're coming at them with these harsh words. So I want to recap. In order to give an effective evaluation, it's good to be honest. they know what they're doing up here anyway, so it's good to hear. Point out what the speaker did well, point out what the speaker didn't do well, and definitely provide some suggestions as to improvement. Because an evaluation is the most important part of speaking. Anybody can get up there and speak. We've seen it. But are they effective? And so through the feedback that we receive from our evaluators, that's where we actually learn to grow. And remember, it's more, you're given an evaluation more about the speaker and their mannerisms up here as opposed to the topic of their speech. But definitely leave the accent out. Madam Toastmaster. Thank you.